It did work, and then I accidentally pushed it a second time, and now it's recording again. Oh my dear God. Okay, look. Well, this one's gonna be really, really short. Please forgive me, even though I've had something on my lip for who knows how long, and I'm miserable. I'm not as miserable as you assumed that I was, which to me means you're more miserable than I even thought that you were. I'm really worried about you. So, I think that you should buy a van, a really, really comfortable one, and you should move out to Oregon. I know that's not going to happen. It's a joke. Listen, I thought that we established that everything was your fault. It was a joke. And that I was going to blame you for everything for the rest of my life. It was supposed to be funny. I didn't mean to hurt you. I didn't mean to start this recording. I didn't. There's a lot of things I don't mean to do. There's a lot of things you don't mean to do. There's a lot of things that are happening. Like, but please stop actually believing that I think that anything's your fault. It's ridiculous. It's preposterous. And I'm not saying you are ridiculous. Okay? Even though I don't understand it, that doesn't mean it's not, like, super valid or whatever. I'm just saying it's been 25 years. You've known me for 25 years. Do not go the route of Skippy. Just because I want to be your Samantha and it makes me upset. Actually, I would never want to be anyone's Samantha because that was atrocious. Not really, actually. Who knows? But she got nasty, so I don't know. Mm. I mean, like, mean. Mean. Mm. 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 I love food. I do not love mouth noises, not even my own. I love that it's been raining tonight. I don't love that it looks like I have put on makeup. I don't like this lighting. I wouldn't like it either if it looked like I hadn't put on makeup because I look horrible. No, not horrible. That's too harsh. I shouldn't say that about myself because then other people would think whatever they think about themselves. So, okay, so it's too harsh on you. I know that my words can be and I know you would never want to hurt me that much or disappoint me or be blocked. It's just I can't have a man just, especially when I mean, come on, man, you know how I felt 25 years. And I turn it off when I have to turn it off. And I allow myself to be open to the possibility of being with other people and stuff. But, like, I didn't even have, I mean, my crush on, there's only been two other people that have been blondish that have really, well, no, then there was, okay, look, just a lot less of you. I didn't mean to be rude and mean when I was talking about you being skinny and ugly and blonde and white and soft and all the things. You know what I mean? Like, it sounds horrible now coming out of my mouth, but at the time, it's not funny. It's not funny at all, literally, and it's not even hilarious. I mean, if I could do some stand up with it, it would be fucking hilarious, but it's not funny. It's just, just is funny in here. So I think other things all at the same time, it's like many streams of thought. So I have apologized and made a lot of long. How is my phone even allowing me to do that? I don't know. I'm so grateful. I love it. I love it so much. So if this even gets to you, if you even watch it, and I didn't mean to be so. I know there was a lot of bitterness and vitriol, but I thought I was safe amidst the jokes. I know the joke was dry. I know it was really, really dry in the midst of all the other emotions and feelings, but I thought that you would get it woven amidst all of it because you know that I don't play the blame and shame game, or I thought that you did. And then because we were joking and I told you it was all your fault. And I already told you, even when I was joking with you, that of course that wasn't true. But then I was like, no, I'm serious. It's all your fault. And I'm going to blame you for the rest of my life. That's not real. Okay? Like, I don't know what to do or say. And I cannot hug or fix the situation. And I have made video after video after video hurting my wrists and exhausting myself. Cause I'm because it really messes with my head and I feel bad and it was like a lot of emotions all at the same time, and then I was like laughing in moments that were really could possibly have you feeling even worse. And um I would never have anticipated a reaction that strong, and it's such a short clip, but like the level of emotion and frustration and upset and hurt, and then combined with the texts and you actually saying fuck you, like, you don't really cuss at me or around me, or I don't even know like what the ratio of your cussing to other, I'm not trying to alfalfa this right now, but I gotta have a bite, man. Mm, mm, mm. Anyway, I don't know how to fix it. I can't fix it. Like I said in the other video, or maybe even in this one, I can't fix my hair, I can't fix my shirt, I can't fix other things. I can't change that I'm in Oregon again and not in Utah, and I didn't get a chance to see. Oh my gosh, there's so much. There's so much that I thought this time I was going to be able to. I thought I'd be able to get the divorce done. I thought I'd be able to at least get it started. I thought I was going to be able to, or at least get, I mean, there's so many things. So many things. I thought I'd be able to finish a few things that were going to be able to finally get me paid in certain arenas. And then, but mostly, the Zeke thing was a big deal. But then, yeah, there was hope that, I mean, because of all people, I figure that you'll forgive me for getting sucked into limerent street crush things that I think are for real. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I know that people rock that and they're fine with it. And Emily would be like, God, I wish I could. I wonder what I would be like. I wonder who I would be if she'd stayed alive. Look, your mom, you better not be still saying all those words and this and that and whatever, and like your mom's like passed away, or something's way even worse in the hospital, or That would not be fair at all. I'll be like, then it means that like I needed to go off for an hour to push whatever button, whatever's going on with you, so that you could go off and say whatever you need to say with me. Somebody sent me charcoals. I mean, I don't like that type. They're, and they're too big and heavy. They don't have a strap. But the zipper is good, and seems like a decent brand. I don't know, I haven't figured it out yet. And there's colored pencils with it, and there's I mean, it's awesome. Holy pain. That should not hurt. And I don't just mean the sounds coming out of my mouth. Mm. 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 Mouth noises. He used to get so mad at me because of mouth noises. How is it still recording? I really want a better toothbrush. I have a few that are pretty good, but yeah, I spiraled. I did. It was really negative. It was really intense. And I know I'm going all like too much neurotic about it now. But I'm spiraled, and I'm sorry that you bore the brunt of it. I wish I could communicate better. Really good at it sometimes in some ways, but then I have discovered I would rather be right than in a relationship, and that I don't like having to say I told you so. Partnership, totally different ball game. If there's a ball actually involved, I don't know. Is it, well, actually, if you think about it, depending on who's involved, changes the amount of So anyway, I just feel like I've ruined yet another opportunity and chance with my kids, and especially with my son. And I feel like, you blew a few chances with me, and things went the way that they went, and now like I'm conflicted and I'm mad at you, and I can't say that I never want you to flirt with me at all. I feel like that's kind of extreme and unfair, considering everything that I'm even capable of considering, and everything that you would even be capable of considering. But I mean, you can understand, or if you can't, that's okay. I would like it if you could understand how I got to that point or why, and I'd be more than willing to explain it further when, you are able to create a relationship with the phone and communication and scheduling and carving time out for me. Like you don't even carve an hour a month out for me. A few hours a quarter. A dozen hours a year. Honestly. I mean, steadily and whatever. And I don't blame you. You have so many challenges, and me more than most. I remember, you know, all the way through the challenges. I don't always remember every little thing. Didn't occur to me like, okay, said he was busy, literally in the middle of something and couldn't talk. He could be at the hospital and something's going on with his mom. But usually you tell me if you're at the hospital, you know what I mean? And it was just like so vague, and then did not occur to me to be like something horrible, awful could be happening. Yeah, actually, that's the first time. That's not the first time, but like usually you're like, I'm at the dentist, I'm at a movie, I'm out to dinner, it's Sam's birthday, I'm at the hospital, I'm giving him a massage, I just got out of the shower, Nicole's in the next room, I need to sleep, I can't stay awake, I'm in too much pain, I can't listen to my phone, I can't listen to my voice messages, I can't talk right now, I'm sorry, I'm hurting too much. You know, all the things. But like, this was like so vague. I'm in the middle of something, I literally can't talk right now. And so I was fine, but then all of a sudden everything got connected, and like I got mad that I had an opportunity to fall in love with it's like I'm almost mad that I've had an opportunity to fall in love with and be with anyone other than, you know, the children producing the necessities of that we've already discussed before, but come on. You know me better, don't you? This is really bothering me. Because remember, like, he had one on his lip. Everybody would always tease him about it. And I told him I thought it was cute and it was fine. But I didn't have one. I didn't have some of these either. Oh, whatever. Anyway. But I just, like, every once in a while, it just seems to grow a little bit. It makes me nervous. I don't like it. And this under here, I didn't have that. I didn't have that. I didn't have those. I don't know what this one's doing, but if it does the same thing, I'm going to be pissed because it's a horrible spot. And then hairs started growing like, oh, there's like 4 now. Don't even get me started on how many there are on the moles on my arm. I found my tweezers. Okay, so look, I'm going to stop this recording that I didn't even mean to start. But like, gosh, you're so hard on yourself. And I knew I was being hard on you, but I didn't think like, but God, you internalize that so intensely. You need to work on that. I'm going to work on not being so harsh and brutal with my words, so they don't feel brutal. Sometimes I do a little bit, but it just feels a little brutal. It doesn't feel like a lot brutal. And then somebody tells me, and then I'm like, oh. And then later, and then more, and then other, and then I'm like, oh, 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 I can use words cruelly. And I don't mean to be cruel, but it still comes across, you know, it's still, I swear to God, I wish I were Edward Scissorhands. I need to cut my hair. Because over the last couple, actually just the last month, 2 months, last two months, so unhealthy. Actually, I'd cut quite a bit of it off. So it was pretty unhealthy before that too. You know what? I'm really annoyed right now because I don't like this little bump. I don't like that it looks like I wear makeup and it's malnutrition. I don't like this right here. I don't like the psoriasis itch and the fact that it's starting to go red right here. I want my oils, which I left in the trailer. Do you want your stuff? Yes, honey, I do. Like, help me, please. I can't think and I can't move. My God. I don't like this. I don't know if it's gonna stay. I want my Marilyn Monroe. I want some things to be happening here. I'm contemplating getting like just tattoos. A lot of them. I'm thinking that it might help me not be such a bob. The only problem is I don't have any money, so. I mean, would it be so horrible if I got like a platonic long distance sugar daddy situation with somebody who wanted to like pay for my tattoos and watch them be recorded? Like, I could find someone who's not like psychotically, fanatically fetish-esque about it. Would that be so bad? Anyway, I really am sorry, and I don't know how to. It's like, I'm not sorry in certain ways, and I'm still like mad and sad, and my feelings are hurt, but I didn't mean to cause you like actual pain, you know? And I can't figure out which portion of what I said caused you actual pain. So I need to know. I didn't know, or I can't fix it in the future if that's even a possibility. You can't prevent all pain. You can't. We've discussed these things, but and not enough and whatever. But like, I this is too much. This is way too much. And just the thought, you're like, have you, acted as if I'm the villain with other people? Like, your concern is more about how other people might view you and apologizing to your brother, ouch, than it is to like heal this between us or whatever. And I'm gonna check back in with your messages now and see what's up, but like, you're not a villain. And recently they drew a little they're like basically like, okay, I'll be your villain. The whole, I'm just like, what is even happening? And then afterwards I'm thinking, why though? But why? I didn't need a villain or want one. Got plenty already, thank you. You're not a villain. And I would never paint you that way. And I didn't even paint you that way in my thing. Like, because to me, foundation of joke. Because it's so preposterous that anything would actually be your fault. I mean, did things go differently than they would have otherwise? Yeah, but we don't know how it would have gone if you had actually followed through. And like, does it suck that we only got to see each other 3 times and that we had 3 more months and that then like, yeah, did you blow some things? And so now things have gone a different direction. I'm in a different state now and whatever, but like, I didn't mean it in like you're a villain. It's all your fault. You're to blame. You've ruined my life. You didn't hear the other things I was saying? Like, I mean, I wasn't telling you about the positive stuff yet because I'm telling you, I literally am contemplating, blocking you because it's so hit and miss and on and off and confusing and just like flirting with me out of nowhere after telling me a week or so ago or whenever you did that I'm so beautiful and you were so magnetized and whatever it was that you said, and how hard it was for you to not be more than friends when you helped me move away from Skippy and Samantha's. But like, And I can't help but I know me. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't know me, nobody knows me. I know me. And if you had told me months ago the things that I read in those texts, or if you talked to me, or if you had, and I know, I mean, the timeline is what the timeline is, and things are going to be how they're going to be. I have extra freaking long toenails right now, and I'm having a hard time reaching down and clipping them on my own. I don't have enough money for the pedicure because I want to spend the money on things that help soothe my throat, my esophagus, my gut, my I want to get a freaking massage and acupuncture and and I need to get rain boots now because I didn't get in the trailer and get rain boots. I couldn't move. I was so exhausted and in pain and struggling, and my Jazzy was hitched to the tree, which is like so confusing. And her response to me saying that dude is telling at least one person, ow, that I threatened his life. And it's like he's like this big rancher guy. I've never met him, never even talked to him, and and then it's because of depression. And so anyway, yeah, it was too much. It was a lot. I did the best that I could, and it's wild. It's still recording, like wild. My phone. Some ways it's still not working, and it's weird, but in some ways it's working. I'm watching the seconds tick by. Like it's so crazy. It's so crazy. Um, I haven't been able to cut my nails. Well, the clippers were missing for a little while. Well, some of the clippers still are, but I found the other pair that's pretty decent. And and then I also found the pair that she had in the cupboard. So um, God, you just like and you absorbed all my fear and my doubts and my everything, and you just like and my upset, and you actually said fuck you. I mean, how mad and hurt do you have to be to say that to me? World is going wackadoodle, and I'm going right along with it. I'm struggling hardcore, and uh, I mean, I don't hear you cuss really, hardly ever. And when you do, you usually like. So anyway, I just think that I hurt you, and even if it's because I touched a tender spot with something that to me was just like barely pokey and not too hurty and whatever. You know what I mean? But I knew I was touching a tender spot at some points during that hour of rantabulousness. Rantaventilation. Fucking up and emotionally diarrheaing and vomiting all over you, which I'm seriously like that. I apologize for even though I really wish that you could have handled it in a way like you did the last conversation, when you're like, oh, is it my fault? Is it? And you're like, okay, it can be my fault. And you do that cute little chuckle that you do. That's like the youngest thing that you do that I like. It's like the only thing that you do that's like super young that I like. That doesn't make me feel like all weirded out. Because you're technically a little bit older than me, really, if you think about it. Your lifespan's so stunted. And you just spent the whole bit of it taking care of other people, which I kind of did too, but I really I spent more time enjoying things and taking care of myself and not as much time like in my head and negative. And I mean, I was still pretty, negative and whatever and in my head, but you're seriously look at that, going blonde. No, no, that's not what I meant to say, although, okay, so I've tried to make a short video and I can't, and my left hand is now, I've made it go numb by trying to hold this up at an angle where I still feel like an attractive. I don't know why. Why is that important to me? I mean, look at that. That, I'm ugly and skinny and white too. So I don't see it as an insult or in the things that I said and just and saying, that you can't just come be with me in 5 or 10 or 20 or 30 years. Just because we have the chemistry that we have and we've known each other as long as we've known each other and we've said that we're friends for all these years and we've been as good to each other as we possibly could be, and we've worked so hard, to communicate and not be judgmental and all this stuff, but you can't just yank on my heartstrings like that, and you can't just you don't get to, and then you call me Angie? The hell? I know there's people who would think that would mean whatever they think that it would mean, but I know what it means. But I mean, I don't know exactly what it means. I don't know why you did that, but how, why berate me afterwards? Are you kidding me? That's, but then I'm berating you. But I'm not trying to berate you, and I don't want to shit all over you, but then oh, this glares. Can you just find a way? I'm just why can't I be mad at you? Why can't I be mad at you that you couldn't find a way to go from oh, I want my hair short so bad again. God. I really need to grow it out. Okay, so anyway, why can't I just be mad at you? And then, you know, like, but no, I'm mad, and then, yeah, I was excessive and stuff, but instead of and then by the end of it, you're taking on my hurt and my whatever and feeling all bad and doing making it even more and extra than what I was. I mean, mine was bad and dark enough and stressed and angry enough and upset and emotional and hurt and triggered and whatever enough, and then but yours, and then now, so you're, oh, I'm so mad again. Oh my god. Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Yeah, no, you don't get to do that. You don't get to do that. You don't get to do that. No. No, I'm sure that you've been through a lot. I'm sure that you're going through a lot. I'm sure that, and I don't know what the deal is with Sam and why an hour, hour and a half. It could have been 2 hours, 3 hours. Like, it wasn't, but it could have been. And maybe it was in total. I don't know what time on your end, and I haven't looked at it to read it again because it's so frustrating to me. But you say you don't blame me, and you're really hurt. So, like, clearly I'm not gonna block. Like, I wasn't as upset about your random flirtatious text out of the middle of nowhere after everything and the conflict that it put me in and whatever else. I wasn't as upset about that as you were about my expression and sharing of my upset, you know? So I won't do that again. Or if I do, I'll do it for hours and hours and days and do everything I can to drive you the fuck away. Okay. I will express every little thing. I left 25 messages once till I filled up someone's voicemail because I didn't know whether they were stuck in jail, whether they were in the hospital, whether they were dead, whether they were letting someone give them a blowjob on train tracks. Whoo! Still upset about that one. Anyway, so I still haven't brushed my teeth today. Do you understand? Do you understand? Can you combine that with everything else? I am a mess and a wreck. And I couldn't even get my divorce started, and I can't hold this phone for very long, and I'm holding it for a long, long time, and I already moved the batteries for the Jazzy, and then I moved the other little thing, so I didn't want it to get wet when it started raining, and then, I've gotten my toothbrush together like 6 times today. It's so upsetting. I hate that feeling. It's disgusting. So yeah, this is dragging on again, and I don't know exactly why. I know reasons and bits and pieces of it, but I'm gonna have to watch it more later to figure it out. Yeah, so for overwhelming you, I completely apologize. For hurting you as deeply as I did, I completely apologize. I don't know how I did, and I don't like it, and I don't think it's great, and I think it needs to heal because if this keeps happening, we're not gonna survive all the transitions in the world. I mean, at all. Really, really, really trying to survive the transitions and still be around for the possibility that when things smooth out and settle down that I will be able to have conversations with my children before they die and let them know that they are loved for God's fucking sake. They're not actually loved for God's sake. I love them because I love them because they're lovable. I don't know anymore. Just kidding, but I want to have a conversation with my son about his actions and behavior in TikTok and being too conformy, normie, mormy, whatever. I don't know. I wanted to see how he was. I wanted to see if he would want the trailer. I wanted to see if I had someone take it up to Smithfield, would Barbara let them do the frig is that called? My lips they look too big. Don't you think? All these years of knowing me. I mean, it's just weird. And I don't like it. There's just too many people who lie about their. Did I always have this though? Like, do you remember this from high school? Not the whole, obviously, the colors and the. But this right here. Because I want to say I had this one. I want to say this was a later development, like 24 or something. And then I want to say this one was like 28. And this one that thankfully cannot be seen too well, although this one can be seen if I had better lighting. That one, ugh, ugh. I don't know what the heck's going on there, but that's been a red mark for a while. This is taking way too long to disappear, and it's making me nervous it's becoming one of these things. So I was like hitting high notes for long. It was 40 minutes. Are you freaking kidding me? Listen, dude, you're like one of my best freaking friends. Okay? You can't be a best friend to someone and then not be around when they're in a crisis and then have them joke with you about everything being your fault and they're going to blame you for the rest of their life for everything that ever goes wrong ever again. And have you, I mean, you were flirting with me, okay? Tell me if I'm wrong. And yes, yeah, most people stop being friends with me when I go off. That's why I don't go off very often. Do my very best to, breathe and have music and meditation and mantras and yoga and whatever it is that helps me to, like, just stay chillaxed enough that I don't go off on people because I know that it's not your fucking fault. And I swear to God, you know this about me. And if you don't, like, I mean, have you met me yet? Have you met me yet? And I really want you to look up limerence because I'm really concerned that a huge chunk of our relationship and chemistry is limerence, not. But then again, there's always this moment of like, and there's like peaceful. If I would ever let you get close to me again, I probably could sleep in your arms. I mean, I don't know actually. I don't know if I could. Just like if I'm still unattached and I see not Mr. Beautiful Jr. ever again. I might not be able to say no. This is a hairstyle. Anyway, just like if I were ever to move to Cali again, especially now that Red has asked me to become part of a throuple several times, if I ran into her and I wasn't committed and tied down to somebody else and whatever else, I mean, needing to get this divorce, I mean, this separation has been so, and, how dare he, do everything like that he did and everything, and so I don't, like, yeah, I'm technically married, but I don't really see it that way, but my throat is, like, so pain, so swollen, so lumpy. I swear, if I were, like, someone, my throat would have been looked at a long time ago. In all the ways. Okay. So as much as I can apologize, I can only apologize so much. I needed to tell you I told you so. And I know it took me like an hour and I went all over the place. It was through 3 different mediums. But I needed. Like, needed. Okay, desperately, obviously. Needed to tell you. I fucking told you that certain things were just gonna be so scary and a nightmare that I wasn't gonna end up with my belongings or my trailer or this or that or whatever, and that bad things were gonna happen and all of the whatever if you couldn't follow through. Now, I'm not trying to make you feel bad or guilty, even though there was a moment I think I said I wanted you to feel bad. So I'm sorry about that. It was just a moment. I didn't know it was going to cause that reaction. The video is like burned in my mind. Ouch. Unless anything ouch happens to make me lose the use of my limbs and my brain and my mouth, my memory and my stuff. So, but then I have it recorded, so I'll remember enough about your emotions to. So I'm sorry. I don't like hiccups. This is really painful. I don't like when my wrist goes like that. I don't like when I'm in so much pain. I don't think I'm supposed to be in so much pain. I'm trying to stay calm. Okay. I'm trying to stay calm. Or I've been trying to stay calm since born on this planet. If my mom's even telling the truth about that. Did you really give birth to me in a baby bull tub? Ow, and can she please make up her mind where we lived when we were neighbors with, or shared a duplex with Margarita Parla? Because, like, I know it was a little duplex. She talks about the little yellow houses. And then there's Naranja, and then there's South Miami, and then there's Olmsted, and then there's, like, I've been telling people where I'm from, and then I can't even. And so maybe before I try to get a divorce, I should try to get to California. No, that's not where I was born. Florida. See if I can make sense of anything and figure it out. Ow, I'm in too much pain. Okay, so I can't really control myself fully, even when I don't smoke the cannabis. And I smoke the cannabis, and then it's helpful for some things, but then sometimes I still overdo it. This time with the talking, I guess, and maybe I mean, they don't even know what causes hiccups. They keep changing their minds. There's all these different stories about it. I don't even know what's happening, but I feel like it's my fault somehow. See, that's the thing. Like, how could I possibly actually believe you're responsible, or it's your fault, or blame you, or be that miserable that I would think that because you fell asleep and couldn't help me and follow through and did the things, and this happened and that happened, the other thing happened. It's just, 'cause everything is always my fault, you know. I've been working for so many years, since I was 17, to try not to believe that everything's all my fault. Actually, I've been working earlier than that because the way I was taught, those words that were gonna happen, not gonna happen anymore. It's the hiccups are really painful, and my wrist's really painful, and my head's really painful, and my stomach's really painful, really painful, and I can't talk anymore. I'm gonna keep trying until I can figure out how to stop the OCD thing that's happening. And it stopped raining, and I did not enjoy it enough. Maybe that's why I have the hiccups. Anyway, I'm not serious about everything that I say. A lot of the things that I say are just dry jokes that have like a bit of seriousness in them. Like, my stomach hurts. Okay, I don't want to do this here anymore. Oh, that's so painful. Oh, fucking. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Ouch, excuse me, but I did it. I don't have any carbonation of any kind. I'm so hard on myself, man. Like, you're harder on yourself than I've ever known anyone to be, and you're harder on yourself than I am on me. But I'm so hard on myself, I don't need, like, and how would I I'm not the pass the buck kind of person. And my sister, just says I don't take accountability. But then with her responses to things, it's just like is abundantly clear. She doesn't even understand fully what accountability is and the distinction between accountability, responsibility, culpability, and all the things, you know, and like when you're not supposed to let something that's like a mental health delusional thing slide, and when I look really young all of a sudden. Not like that young, but like proper makeup and lighting. Look, I mean, I was tempted. I refrained. I did not become a prostitute. No offense or shade towards prostitution. Well, actually, there's a lot of offense and shade towards prostitution itself. As a whole, the way that it's been handled in this country and a lot of other places and throughout the centuries, and we don't have enough of the history of when it's been handled well. It doesn't matter. The point is, no shade to the actual, prostitutes or whoever, you know what I mean? If you get paid, I mean, if it's your choice, but if it wasn't your choice and you were funneled into it, that fucking sucks. And unfortunately, I know what that feels like, even though I've always managed to escape. But one time I escaped going with someone and getting paid when I was really in the mood. And then someone came and hung out with me. And I mean, I didn't end up, doing everything that would have happened if I had ended up going in that motel room for those, few hundred or whatever. But I mean, there was a little making out street action than there ought to have been with a stranger. And then the guy came because he had such beautiful eyes. I couldn't turn him down flat, okay? So I tried to turn him down flat and I couldn't. And I really wanted a shower. And so, a motel with someone who has asked me if I just wanted to have fun for a few hundred, and his eyes, you know what I mean? So he said he was going to go finish something that he had to take care of and be back in a few hours, and I could say yes or no then, but he'd give me time to think about it, which I appreciated. Then as I was like thinking about it, because I did, it's the only time in my entire life I've ever thought about it with all the propositions that I've gotten over the years that have gotten just skankier and skankier the less and less housed I am, or the different. I mean, Salt Lake's the worst, but holy hell. Anyway, so yeah, I was thinking about it. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, his eyes. And look, I'm gonna, if anything ever happens and we're in close proximity again and we do get a chance to hug and you are bold enough to take it to the next move, if I'm not in a relationship or committed to anyone else or whatever else or blah, 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 I'm going to tell you I don't like your eyes. I'm going to tell you I don't like your blue eyes. I'm going to tell you I don't like your blonde hair. I'm going to tell you if I think that you're not eating enough and you're too skinny, or if I think that you're allowing yourself to be too emotional or mental and you're not taking care of things that need to be taken care of, or if I think I told you so and you need to start listening to me and whatever, you know what I mean? Or if you're exercising like a crazy person, 4, 6, 8, 12 hours a day, like I swear to God, did you ever exercise 16 hours a day? Like you were insane for a while. It's like, I'll tell you. If I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, but if it does hurt your feelings, I will apologize as much as I can. If we're in real life, I will hug you, but like, you're not going to get all the best good stuff from me unless or until there's a ring on my finger and everything that I have in my life is settled and organized, especially not after everything that you already know. I mean, I've held back from sharing quite a bit, but I've also like told you a lot, especially over the last 6 months or so, about my feelings over the last 25 years. That's 25 years. So I'm sorry. I really am. I really, really am. I don't know how to be as sorry as I feel like would be necessary to actually communicate to help you, like, not. I mean, I'm being neurotic, but your responses were, and you are so sensitive, and it's not your fault, and I don't blame you. But that's the thing, is like, none of this is your fault, and I don't blame you. My life is my life. Do you know? I've never blamed you for anything. I've been mad at you, and a couple of times now over the last couple of interactions, when I've been able to, I've said things are your fault and that I blame you for everything and that you've ruined my life. But that's because it's so hilarious to me to blame any other human being for actually ruining a person's life. You did, through those actions or non-actions, change the course of my life. But we don't know what course my life was supposed to take. Just because it didn't take as comfortable or easy or fun. I mean, I did have fun for a week or two there. I'm not going to lie. And when I thought that I was going to be able to have a real relationship, the couple of times that I actually believed that for a few minutes or a day or two or a week or whatever, you know, I thought, I'm so glad that I haven't been, you know, hooked on and stuck on people that I've loved from the past. Because I really appreciate this quality about this person or this quality about this person, and none of, you know, nobody that I actually, the guy that I kissed, that I ended up thinking later, like, okay, so I don't go with the guy with the nice eyes who's going to pay me to have some fun and take a shower and whatever I need. But then I make out with someone that's like kind of old, older white guy. Did not even. Oh my gosh, but he was not a puppy. He was not a puppy. And you know what? Me sharing this, maybe this is going to hurt too. See, this is the thing. This is why I need a friend who's a partner and on my team. Or else I can't do it. It's not about whether you care about me. It's not about whether I care about you. It's not about love and it's definitely not about blame and fault and all that bullshit. Like, but I was trying to like lighten the, I thought you'd remember the previous conversations and joking about it. I thought you knew because I was flirting with you and I thought you were flirting back. You seemed like you had a smile in your voice. I mean, I think that's why you felt safe to flirt just randomly over text without even talking to me, finding out if I was in a relationship, finding out anything like, and I'm not, I guess, since I'm not in Utah anymore. And I didn't mean to cut that short, or, I mean, I did mean to leave and take a break or cut it short or figure out what the heck, you know, clear my head and figure out what was going on. But I didn't mean to jump ship. I didn't mean to leave the state. I think it's good that I did, and when I get a chance to actually, if I get a chance to actually tell you the reality of what happened and everything then. And then you'll apologize for telling me that I should have waited until you called me or this, that, whatever. But like my trust issues are coming up hardcore and my faith issues with human beings, which has always been, I mean, y'all have never impressed me much. I have loved individuals quite a bit, but as a whole, human beings are kind of like not my favorite. I'm trying and I don't know how to communicate better. And so I've made video after video and I'm going to try to put them all up, which is just ridiculous because it's still going to be snippets. It's still going to be just like, but then it's also going to be so much. But like, I think you really need to know how cared for you are. And I really blew it. I blew it with the last person that I was wanting to know how much I cared about them. And I thought even with my hour, rant across 3 mediums, venting really, mixture of ranting and venting and fussing and verbally stomping and, but maybe it felt like I was, brutally with some of the things that I said. And so, I mean, I'm glad you don't blame me, but like I didn't really blame you either. It was just, yeah, there's correlation and connections to the occurrences, and how things went. And, maybe I would have still gotten in those relationships. Not the relationships, I guess. I thought they were for a minute. But anyway, like the bottom line is I apologize and I don't know how to apologize. I'm not very good at it. I didn't have to do it for like 15, 20 years. I was really like, I didn't say things that hurt people, or if it did, I'd realize and try to like, I mean, I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know. It all depends. There's a few people I'm sure that feel like I hurt them plenty with my words or my frank, bold, or when I was upset, but I really wasn't upset for anyone for the longest time. So like, I don't know where to put this. I don't know how to put it. I don't like any of this. I just need to put that between my legs because my knees hurt. This above my head because my head hurts. And I don't have any more pillows I have pillows up there and pillows back there. But I don't have a lot of pillows here. But getting really close to like stacking the corners with pillows. And then if I need to, I can always put my feet underneath them or on top of them. I can't believe it's still recording. This is weird. Do I have a new, like, bigger memory chip or something? That'd be strange. I don't understand. This is hour after hour. And I wonder if YouTube will really let them upload. And I don't know. I tried to do the private thing and then it didn't work. Maybe it's gotten fixed or I could do it now. Isn't that interesting with the light? Like it's almost like a theremin with music. But it's just in this kind of space right there. Oh my gosh, okay, so it's still recording. So yeah, I put too much pain, anger, madness, and sadness into too many words and sent them your way through too many mediums for too long, too many times. I mean, you went in a direction I didn't anticipate you going in. To that degree, that much pain, and frustration, and I mean, and you don't cuss, at me or say fuck you or whatever. So, listen, this might take a little while to get to you, which might be good because you seem pretty overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm grateful that I'm alive. I'm happy that I'm safe. I'm glad that I have a heater that I remembered to turn on full blast before I laid down. Grateful that I closed the curtain to the other, to the section so that I got told that I was tough and sensitive and sweet. But then that same person later told me that I wasn't funny. And I got told that I was like pretty and gorgeous. But then that same person told me that I needed to get younger. And shrugged me off of them one time and like sort of flirted with another girl in my presence once, and well, 2 or 3 times really if you technically think about no, I guess he wasn't flirting. It doesn't matter. Listen, I'm reeling. Okay? I'm reeling. And yeah, I did. I took some of it out on you. I probably doubled the I mean, I could have maybe even tripled it. 'Cause sharing like that, the types of things that I've gone through, probably should be done slowly over time or never at all. I'm gonna get into therapy. I'm gonna get a lip reduction. No, just kidding. It's just this bump is really starting to be annoying, and then I can feel and I couldn't find my tweezers, and now I find my tweezers. Look, can you see? Can you see those wrinkles? Never used to have those. Can you see? Oh, excuse me. Ooh, I breathed that one in really well, didn't I? Okay, so like there's smile wrinkles, which I've always been fine with. Like I'm fine with these. I'm fine with these. Like it was great. Didn't frown till I was 36, right? I mean, probably did when I was a lot between 6 and 16, but anyway, I worked past that, but this, you see that? It's barely there, okay? You can see that one a little bit more. It's barely there too, but they're there. And then do you see like the darkness and the sallow? Like, I know this light isn't very good, but like all of that. Plus these indentations from the glasses, the fact that this is even like a little poofy right there. My health, I mean, I'm deteriorating. I keep telling people like this is the most concerning, especially because I had to squint so much and my glasses were taken and then they were taken. I had another two pair that were given to me and then those were gone somehow when I left. You can see the age. Can't you see the age? I can see the age. You know? And even my eyebrows, like, yeah, I don't think I can make this have a good light. Oh, this is so painful. Okay, so anyway, even my eyebrows, if you could look at them closely, even the part that's growing in and funky is so sparse, and even the part that is still there is so sparse. And the rosacea, you know, the red, how long it takes to heal. So it just, you know, not only do I never want to have to be in Utah again unless I'm traveling through and have a shitload of money, which I don't think is going to happen. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? I don't know what the future holds. So, like, I didn't mean to be, like, hurt you. I just felt like shit or get off the pot. Don't flirt with me randomly out of the middle of nowhere. After not even checking in with me for months, knowing, like, and I you know, when it's, maybe any other time it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. I don't know. But my head is really trying to heal from, I keep thinking about my staff and my art and all the things, you know. I keep thinking, like, if I had not let this particular person in, would, you know, in any way, shape, or form, or that close or whatever, like, but I needed help. Physically, I was so exhausted. And he was so helpful and kind at first, you know. And he helped me when the guy broke the staff and took it, and he helped gather up all my things, and he was patient. He didn't rush me. He respected and honored my pain for a while. And I'm trying to do my best to respect and honor my pain. And it's painful. It's painful when you hey on me, and I'm sure that was hard for you. Yeah, things have been really hard for me, really difficult and challenging. And now I have nothing in my life. It's hard. So yeah, I got really upset. And I let you have it. Can't believe it's still recording. It's wild. And I know you're sensitive. And even though I still, you know, I'm not judging you for it, but it seems excessive to me, the reaction, and it does cause me even more to be concerned that there's more limerence involved than you actually, like, knowing me. And we have had so much disconnection over the years in the times when I'm not there in real life. And I swear you knew my feelings long before I shared with you. And you may not know the extent of my feelings or the depth or the range or the where they really, really are in certain ways and whatever, but like when I'm clear, I'm clear. When I am communicating clearly, I am clear, clear, clear as a bell. And as much as I have kept within me and separate from, allowing people to know and see, and I've kept private to myself, just so many redundancenesses in that run-on sentence. It's just ridiculous. My communication now is just such a struggle. But you talked down your date. I mean, you were flirting and you weren't serious, but one of the reasons you started flirting, I mean, do you even remember? Like, do you even remember? Because I do, and I was not mad at her for her treatment and comment about me and whatever. I was mad at you. Even though you stood up for me in a way, which a part of me was grateful for, and I was irritated that, my date didn't and everything, but, whew. Gosh, today has really been emotional for me. I cannot find comfort. Seriously, like, I've tried so many, and I don't even know what that is. Okay, that I'm gonna try before I go to sleep. I don't know what that is either, but I'm probably gonna try that before I go to sleep, and probably that one too. But I don't know because I don't know. Just a combination. See, I haven't gotten really organized yet. Oh, this is just so awful. So anyway, you kind of mocked her. You teased, you made fun of, you like kind of flirted with her, but you kind of like put her down. Anyway, you made her feel really bad. It's still recording. This is wild. You made her feel really, really, really bad. And I felt more bad for her and more frustrated and irritated with you. Plus, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I've wondered if that wasn't the reason why, in addition to everything else, he decided to pursue things further. It's because of those particular moments. At the place that was supposed to be so amazing, and it was pretty good. The ambiance was, I mean, things were kind of, but like, the food was pretty darn good, but thinking back, for how pricey and out in the middle of, and whatever it was not that amazing. And yes, my taste buds remember. I've wanted to eat there again so many times. He was going to take us back on like a couple of anniversary things. Maybe one time he did. I don't remember. Maybe that was the time when a tire got flat. Or he decided to get too tired. Or they ended up being closed for some reason. I swear we drove up the long ass driveway at some point. But then again, that could have also, he could have just said he was going to and never did, and then and then I drove it up, went up the driveway another time on my own or with someone else just to do the memory lane thing. Try to glean as much goodness from it as possible and release as much negativity as possible. Look, I'm sorry. You somehow absorbed all the negative shit and didn't really take anything positive from it. And you could be texting me, you could be sending videos on the messaging and it doesn't come through, when I'm doing the camera. So I will be as much more sensitive in the future as I can be, to the best of my ability. I cannot believe I'm eating. My teeth are not brushed. I'm leaving these long messages. I'm smoking on film, but I am in Oregon and it's legal. Ha, 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 ha. That's my favorite part. Wow. No. Coughing is not my favorite part. My favorite part about being in Oregon now, I won't really actually truly be able to become a stoner because my throat won't let me. But I have been smoking a lot the last couple of weeks, and I'm going to get through this. I'm going to get through this pain. You know me better. You had a momentary lapse. I had a momentary lapse. Okay, it was an hour long, but maybe it was 2 hours long. Okay, maybe it was 3. I don't think so, but I'm gonna let it go the best that I can. I'm gonna let it go the best that I can. I'm gonna let it go the best that I can. I'm gonna trust the best and most that I can. That you're gonna be okay. Sam's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. There's no possible way that he could not think that you care about him after everything. After everything that you have given up and let slide and let go for your family, for your loved ones. Come on. If he does, then that's on him. That's his own whatever. You know what I mean? And if I ever do, I mean, I probably won't be tempted to block you again for a while. Not after seeing that reaction. So, so you had every right to say fuck you to me, and I'm reeling from my life and still kind of surprised at how intense, the direction and intensity with which you took all those communications, whichever ones, you got to, and the way that you absorbed them, it was just like so extra negative and whatever, which is, I know you have a more negative mind than I do, so I And I will be, as much as possible in the future, more sensitive to that. Listen, if I fuck that up or feel like I'm, losing my shit more or whatever, that I'm gonna do or say things that will be hurtful for you mentally and emotionally, um, I might need to block you for a period of time so that I don't um, be crazy, you know? I mean, you're not supposed to do that to another person. And even though you've done that in the past, I cannot believe it's still recording. This is so weird. But I don't want to do that. And so I'll do my best. But I still stand by the portions of my hurt feelings and stuff. And again, just joke, foundation. And not that I was trying to joke, but I was trying to make it lighter by bringing in the element of the joke that I had made previously about blaming you for everything, because I thought that we had talked, I had said I was going to blame you for everything forever for the rest of my life, whether you fixed it or not. And I told you all the ways to fix it. So that's what I don't understand. I got to the point where I said, yeah, you know how to fix it. If you don't, then, whatever. But like, you're going to know, and you're going to fix it because it needs to be fixed. And I don't know what to do when I don't have anyone else. And I thought for sure you would drive from one county to the next and be able to like hug me and feed me or hug me, hug me, you know. So it's just shocking to me that it's still. Maybe it cut off halfway and I didn't notice it. Maybe it was one of those ow moments when, ow, whoo, mama. Okay. Gosh, my stomach is really. Okay, so yeah, I'm not, recovered and recuperated yet, even close, mentally or emotionally and physically, from everything that happened in Utah, and it's a lot more than you're gonna want to hear about. And now that I think about it, with how much you want to help, and that was probably really, really brutal. Probably cut you to the core. Shit. I'm like, and this happened, and this happened, and this happened, and this happened, and it's all your fault. So, yeah, I was trying to make it like lighter, lift it up. But then I was also like really, truly angry at points. And so then there were like points of actual, like, I would never have been with anyone else if you would just speak up sooner. Every time. Stay connected to me more every time, and then later you're always apologizing, but then like, I don't know how much more my heart can take, like this world, these people, everybody, everything, it just like messes with me so bad. I want to eat the rest of this donut so bad, but then I think, is that the reason why I have so bad indigestion? So I should eat the protein first. Mm. Mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm. I'm so grateful right now for that little ledge that's holding it. It's so nice. Yeah, you find a way to get to Oregon then. What can I say? I don't know what to do. You're more able-bodied, you're more autonomous, you have more money, you have more vehicle possibility. Or you could find a way to get the trailer and park it at your guys' place. Mail me a couple boxes of things, give the rest to the unhoused population there in that city, and then just, keep it there until you can transform it to something really fabulous, or until whatever, you could sell it at some point. If you do end up having to move out of that house and everything. But anyway, I don't think you're a villain. I don't talk to people about it. I don't share it in a way that I don't share it. But I don't share it in a way that, no, the way I was talking to you, I would only have talked to you about blaming it all on you. I think it's possible that I may have told my mom about the blaming it all on you joke. And then later I would have told her about going off and blaming you and being so emotional. Then I cried over Emily being dead, and it's been like 10, 12 years. Like, I'm just really... I think, just like generally speaking, you know what? I'm so tired of this man-woman thing. This is really getting on my nerves. But anyway, you're very much more sensitive. I'm more nurturing. And I need someone who's more nurturing. I've been realizing more and more, but you're very much more sensitive. And I just, I need to be really... I thought you would understand that that part was just whatever, and that I was just like letting all this shit out, and that it was just... Oh, there it is. It's still recording. Try to stay young for my kids is not working. Try to stay with my same voice for my kids is... I'm finally really... I'm giving up on that too now. And then to have just, enough strength to be able to do certain things with them, at least a few times a year. And